It's great to be here in San Antonio, and we are excited about the opportunity to enjoy the city, and we're looking forward to getting to work, which will actually start for us in a few minutes here. We're going to have a quick meeting and then head over to University of Incarnate Word and have a quick workout, and then the players are going to enjoy the Spurs versus Rockets game tonight, and then tomorrow morning we will start the second week of our bowl preparations. It'll be like a typical Tuesday practice for us. So it's exciting to be here. Great welcoming, and should be a really fun and exciting week.
Do you get the sense that the guys are put the way the season ended past them, or does it still sting? And just how will that play into this game?
I think that they have. You never really want it to go away completely. I think you can draw from it. But we had a practice last night. We had a week of practice, and then we had a practice last night after everyone came back from the holidays. And it was very spirited, and they were very excited. And I think that they're looking forward to playing a tremendous Kansas State team in what is a very prestigious bowl. And so that's what we need to do, is focus on getting prepared to play very, very well Friday night against a great team.
Jimmy said the players will watch the game. Does that mean you guys will be back here working on game film and getting ready for the
No, we're all set for tomorrow. So the staff and the players can go if they want. Some of these guys haven't gotten to spend a lot of time with their wives, so maybe they want to spend a little time with their wives, take them to dinner. But I think that our players will go, and I'm sure most of our staff will go. It's a chance to see the world champions play basketball, and anytime you get a chance to see a world champion play, I think it's something you should do.
Along those lines,
and we have a UCLA guy, Kyle Anderson, on the team, so that's also very exciting for us.
You're going to be around one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. Just you looking forward to maybe getting a chance to meet him? Or,
I don't know that I'm going to be able to make the trip, but I have a ton of respect for him. I don't think he's just one of the best in NBA history. I think he's just one of the greatest coaches in sports history. His longevity and the consistency and his ability to just to be in a situation where there's not a lot of problems, great integrity. I'd love to have a chance to sit down and talk with him sometime. I'm just not sure. It's the middle of his season, and we're getting ready for a bowl, so it's not really conducive to having a long discussion.
You guys have gotten to see Jake Waters. What stands out to you about him these last couple of days when you prepare for him?
How efficient he is. He's incredibly efficient as a football player. When you look at his numbers, 66% completions, 20 touchdowns, throwing the ball, only 6 interceptions, 8 touchdowns running the ball. Does a great job with the ball. In their offense, it demands that position be a very, very good decision maker and have a great grasp of not only what they're doing offensively, but what they're doing what teams are trying to do against them defensively, and it appears that that's certainly the case with him.
Speaking of quarterbacks, some draft experts are saying this is an audition of sorts for Brett. Do you look at it that way, and how do you think his game will translate?
Well, I would say this. The only draft experts are those that are employed by the NFL as general managers or coaches. So, and I haven't seen one general manager or one coach comment on Brett. So those others are not draft experts. They are people that might position themselves as draft experts, but they are certainly not draft experts.
Do you sense that that's part of his thinking, though, that I got to come out here and with the combine looming and the draft, I got to come out here and really have a good game for that aspect?
I don't think that that's Brett's mindset. I think Brett's mindset is he always wants to go out and play well for his team and his teammates and for his university. Then anything that may come from that, I think, is a bonus. He'll have plenty of opportunities after this to go out and prove himself. He'll have the combine. He'll have his individual workout. He'll have a plethora of interviews. They'll be able to go back and watch 3 years of game film. He started every game since he's taken over for us. So how many games is that, David? That's 40 games. 40 games. So they've got a lot to go off of. They'll be able to see his development. So I think Brett is more motivated in this game, and this is just my speculation, to play well for his team and his teammates in his university.
Two more evaluating guys for the NFL. How much can one game even have that big of an effect on guys' stock?
It really shouldn't. You look at the body of work. Now you're also looking for patterns. There may be patterns that you're looking for. What gives a guy trouble or where he excels. So in that respect, one game can start to predict a pattern, but I think if you're an instant evaluator, if you go off of one game or one throw or one tackle or one quarter, that's where you run into failings. The important thing is that you look at the body of work. The important thing is that you predict where that player will be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, how they fit into your scheme, your system, how they are as leaders. I think there's just so many. One of the reasons they pushed the draft back was to give themselves more time, the experts, the coaches and the GMs, to evaluate, and they don't miss a lot now. They don't miss much at all.
Coach, what's your impression of Lockett, the receiver, and how can you all slow him down? He's just put up monster numbers the last 4 games.
The key is you're not going to stop him. The key is trying to slow him down. The young man has 93 catches. He's an All-American, and he's a great returner. We talk about him as a receiver a lot, but he leads the country at 19 yards a return as a punt returner. So anytime he gets the ball in his hands, he's extremely dangerous. I think you have to, do a number of things. Number one, I think it starts with stopping the run and make it a predictable passing situations where you can work some doubles, you can, get some people around him in zone. Hopefully you can impact the quarterback a little bit, but a guy like Lockett, you're not going to stop him. He's too good. I mean, he's a special player.
First time here, you're looking forward to getting to know the city a little bit and go to the Spurs game tonight?
Yeah, it should be fun. Watch Kyle Anderson get a little action, and just happy to be here. Obviously, we got the whole team and everybody's here. You see Miles up there waving and stuff. But we're all just having fun and here to win a football game.
Getting over the disappointment of losing to Stanford and the way things ended, is that behind you guys, or is it still sting?
We want to be able to get out one more time after that loss, but at the same time, we've been able to get over it and just move on.
As you've gotten to study Kansas State a little bit more, what sticks out about the defense? What are you going to be focusing on these last couple of days?
They're just very disciplined. Good defense, fast, physical, and don't make many mistakes. So we have to be on our P's and Q's as we play football.
Brett, you've been a part of a big transformation in football. I wonder if you can kind of put in perspective what you've seen in the program and the growth that you guys have done since you've been there.
I think the biggest thing probably is just an attitude and discipline. I think that'll get you a far way in football, and just making sure that as you grow from where we were to where we are now, it's a steady progression of building, and you just got to keep building those blocks in the foundation. And we are where we are right now, and we've made some pretty big strides over these past 3 years.
As you walk away, obviously the program is a lot better place than where it was. Can you talk about your own feelings of being able to do that?
It's amazing to be able to know when I got here, and after losing 50-0 to SC, and now to beat them 3 times in a row as a program, I think it's a pretty big swing as far as the program and myself and helping out with Moore and all the guys.
With the combine around the corner, the draft looming, is this kind of an audition for you, the Alamo Bowl, just to show off what you can do and dispel any doubts about how your game will translate to the pros?
I think every game is an audition. We're just out here playing football, but you don't like to overthink something. But at the same time, what's on the table, and every game I try to go out and show what I can do, and everybody will get the judgment from there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like you were basking in the moment when you got off the bus.
It's fun. It's fun. It's just the last time I'll be able to go to war with the Bruins and the brotherhood I made here. But at the same time, it's bittersweet. Understanding that you're gonna move on after this, but you got one more shot, and I'm gonna give it my all this game, and everybody's gonna give it their all. So we're gonna come out with a bang.
When you look at the draft, do you have a goal as far as the round goes, and just what are your expectations?
To get drafted. It's a lot of people put so much on where you're going and when you get drafted. I think it's the biggest thing. But as long as you get an opportunity, I think that's the biggest thing. You can go in the first round, you can go in the second round, but are you going to stay in the league? Are you going to be able to continue playing and have success in the league? So you see people all the time go in the second round, but stay longer than those in the first. So wherever it may happen or wherever I'm blessed to get drafted to, I think the opportunity is what I'm looking for the most.
Last year, did it weigh on you at all, just knowing that you had a decision to make before the bowl game? Did you think about it?
No, not really. Not really.
A little easier, though, this time you don't have to think about it at all.
That's what I'm saying. Both years, I waited last year. I wasn't worried about the decision until after the game. And then this year, I already made the decision. So, it's a little easier.
People aren't asking you at least.
basically. Yeah.
Hey, you guys aren't playing until the second. Do you like the idea this game's a little bit later and the idea that you were able to spend Christmas with your families?
Yeah, it's good. You know, I enjoyed that. So
You get a chance to spend some time with your family?
yeah. So I got to go home, and everybody got to go home, spend some time, and just enjoy it.
What was Kyle like in college? What was he like to hang out with?
Good guy, very respectable, humble, and good at basketball.
Coach Moore was here a couple of weeks ago. The thing he raved about you most was your leadership. Just talk about where that comes from and what kind of leader you are.
I mean, I wouldn't say it comes from anything in particular. I just try to lead by example every day, you know, by my work ethic, and let everything else follow suit.
Anything that Waters does specifically different from the other running QBs you guys have played against?
It's kind of like a little delay. If you've seen the film, you know, it's not really a run right away. It's not really a pass right away. It's kind of like a little, you don't know. There's a couple seconds where you don't know what's going to happen, kind of thing. That's the tricky part.
Have you seen that from any other team that Pop Pass play?
I've seen it in spurts. Like I've seen it a couple years back with certain teams. You know, certain teams might bring it out at a certain time, but you know, I haven't seen it as much as this.